fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
And here's Memphis's starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. Edey, that's good.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
Curry passes to Butler. Green with a screen on Jackson. And here's Butler outside. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Wells inside. Here's Morant. Up and in from the low block.
Yeah, what a move. I mean, Morant stays agile and gets by the contact.
Here's Golden State. We'll coach one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete, and he is without a doubt one of the most exciting players this league has to offer.
And so it's Memphis with it after the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Pass to Wells. Here's Edey. Outside Morant, 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Curry. The Warriors pull it in.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And this is where Butler wants to attack you. Ground zero.
Here's Morant. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Podziemski. Outside Butler. Beyond the arc. Drops in the 3. Butler's got 8 points.
Unselfish offense leads to Butler getting something in rhythm.
Outside Payne. Pass to Wells. Takes the 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside Moody. Morant against Curry. Green with a screen on Morant. Here's Curry. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Curry's gotten his second bucket.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Morant. Curry with the block.
Great defense from Curry. When he comes up with the block, it really fires him up.
Puts up a deep 3. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And the basket by Payne.
Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
Curry finds Butler. For 3. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Nice shot from Butler, making himself a threat from downtown.
Morant looking around. Jackson with a screen on Curry. From deep, Morant. Unable to get that one. Jimmy Butler getting it done for the Golden State Warriors. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We'll be back in a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Curry and Hield to the sharp-shooting backcourt. Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Payton in at the 3. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Here's Pippen. The ball's knocked loose. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Grizzlies with possession here. Clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Here's Jackson. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
Flashing the in-between game. Nice. I mean, Jackson is more than capable of draining this when given the chance.
Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
Now here's Kennard. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The life of an NBA head coach, Stan, is not easy. You've lived it. What's the toughest part of the job? Don't say dealing with the media.
Well, no, it's not. Look, Brian, I think people would easily say it's the time spent away from home, and it's also the losing, quite honestly. But I think what my family had the hardest time with was how consumed I was as a coach during the season. So even when I was home, all I was doing was thinking about basketball.
And how many losses have you endured as a broadcaster, Coach?
0. Undefeated, Brian, undefeated.
Here's Wells. Kicks it out to Kennard. 4-3. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry. Outside Pajemski. Lets it go from deep. First shot won't go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Clark finds Kennard.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Wells. Pass to Bain. There's a screen. The Warriors pull it in. Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bain, Coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bain, well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Morant. Pass to Clark. Over Green. Offensive board. Another shot. And the basket by Aldama.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. 1:05 left to play in the first half. Grizzlies trail by 5. Aldama outside. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
The Warriors have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Butler, a screen on Bain. Outside Curry for 3. The shot no good. The Grizzlies have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. 30 seconds left to play in the half. And the basket by Bain.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Golden State has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Outside Moody. The 3. Oh, Moody deadly from there.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And here's Morant. Oh, he just jams it right over Stephen Curry.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Warriors on top, leading by just 2. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. On the court for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the three.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And the basket by Payne.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Sinks it from distance.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Butler. Down low. Butler drops it in.
How talented is Butler? I mean, just so adept at carving out some space inside and converting.
Well, Stan, you coached against some really tough players in your day. Where does Jimmy Butler stand right now? What makes him Jimmy Butler?
Well, I think, Brian, he's just a great competitor. He wants to take on the biggest challenges when he's on the defensive end, and on offense, he is willing to attack anyone.
He's made one and missed one so far at the line. And he makes a first. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And the foul called on Brandon Pajemski. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul. Payton's checked in for Moody.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Warriors, number 0, Gary Payton, second.
And he's going for the lob. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pajemski. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Payne, the pass to Morant. Back to Payne for the lead. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
3-ball.
Morant's got his 4th assist in this one. Outside Pajemski. Green, the pass to Curry. From 13. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Curry's got 12 points in the game.
Using the mid-range area of the floor, Curry, an offensive mastermind.
Morant against Curry. Morant, the pass to Payne. Pass to Edey. 5 on the clock. And here's Morant from deep three-point range. And they get it back. From outside the arc. Oh, Morant sinks the triple.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Curry with it. Green with a screen on Morant. And a deep three from Curry. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
The three from Bane. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Curry with it. 15 points in the game. Green with a screen on Morant. Oh, Curry from way out there. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Stephen Curry getting it done for the Golden State Warriors, helping them space the floor. 2 triples in that quarter. 3 for the game. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Here's Pippen. Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Jonathan Kuminga is out there with Gary Payton II, and it's Jackson Davis in at the center position. That's the Warriors 5. Clark finds Bane, and the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Aldama, the pass to Pippen. Clark with a screen on Curry. Pippen hits the three-pointer. Pippen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Out to the wing. Here's Curry. Oh, Curry just weaving his way through traffic. Still knocks it in.
Love the intensity from Curry, finding a way to work through the contact.
Memphis has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. 60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Bane, no good. Well, the Warriors shooting really well in this matchup. 62% from the floor. Back to Kuminga from 20 feet. Memphis with a rebound.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Bane against Hield, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Hield. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team. How bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Pass to Jackson. Here's Morant. With contact, Ja Morant.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Outside Butler, the 3-ball. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
This is Jimmy Buckets at his best. Rising to a challenge and delivering for his team.
Down low. Here's Edey. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 1. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Outside Pajemski. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Pajemski's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Curry against Morant. Shakes him. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry.
And you know they were praying for that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. You can't get discouraged, though.
Back to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Butler takes it in. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Shoots. And it's good. And tie game. Huge basket right there. So it's all come down to this.
It's really that time where your leaders must step up.
From 11 feet away, Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, when he's got space to operate inside like that, he is not going to hesitate.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Curry. Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Curry against Morant. Floats one. No good. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian, and guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edie out there with Jaren Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Curry against Morant. Look at Chef Curry cooking it up inside.
And if you're wondering why the score is so high, look to the defense being played. Not good.
Not a lot of resistance, and trying to just outscore other teams, generally not the best recipe for long-term success.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Here's Curry. He connects.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field as OT gets going. Timeout, Grizzlies. Morant against Curry. Now Morant. Boom! Ja Morant.
big-time player. Morant, he enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Pass to Curry. The floater. Yes!
A skillful shot by Curry. He makes the short-range floater look effortless. And the game has come down to this. They need a score, or you can practically call it quits.
Warriors on D. Outside Morant. Ja slices through. Oh, he nails it! And he's tied it up! What a shot!
Oh, you know Morant wants it. And guess what? He got it.
Outside Curry. The 11-footer. Yes!
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate. Exactly when his team needs it.
And so it's the Warriors who come out on top here. It was touch and go there for a while. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the center. Now, here's Zubats. 5 to shoot. Here's Leonard. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Done against Edwards. Here's the floater. And good that time.
Done so good with the floater. He puts just the right amount of touch and arc on these shots.
Here's Conley. And he lays it straight in.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Now we talked about the unique challenge of Kawhi Leonard. From his perspective, Coach said Kawhi's strength is the issue. You can throw a lot at him and he'll just fight through it. So intelligence is the key. High IQ defense against a high IQ player. Back to you.
Thanks, David. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Now here's Conley, and finished off by Gobert.
A clever pass that time by Conley. He liked what he saw over there better than what he got off the pick.
Zubac kicks to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Minnesota making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Jones checked in for Zubac, and it's Bogdanovich in for Chris Dunn. Pass to Powell. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Conley, the pass to Randall. Back to Conley. Now McDaniels. Now here's Gobert, defended by Jones. Gobert with a screen for Randall. They get it back. Here's Alexander Walker. Buries it from three-point range. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Gobert drawing so much attention from the defense. Nice job finding somebody with a better look.
Up top, Leonard over Randall, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Bogdanovich. Leonard's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
McDaniels, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Pass to Randall. Shoots over Leonard. Off the left rim and out. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
The defense has been giving them plenty of mid-range jumpers, and they've been making them pay for that mistake.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. Bogdanovich is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Coffey in at the small forward. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. When Nas Reed is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Shoot 2.
That free throw missing. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
That gives them the lead. Conley's got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves.
Nice, sweet lefty stroke from Mike Conley. Has really worked on that part of his game.
Jones kicks to Simmons. Here he goes. Drops in the layup for 2.
You know, with that kind of height mismatch, you've got to send help defensively.
For Minnesota, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Conley for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. So it's the Clippers now. Simmons passes to Dunn. Outside, Simmons. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the half. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Edwards. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Zubac.
And this is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. Now, I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism. Hard and skilled off the dribble, off the catch.
Timeout,
he can flat out score.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the second quarter. Back to McDaniel. Timberwolves passing it around. Randall outside. Shot clock at 5. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And with the shot clock nearing 0, Randall calmly sinks one.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Coffee. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Conley, the pass to DiVincenzo. Randall down low. He's covered by Leonard. Randall no good. Clippers leading by 4.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Right side Leonard. Off target at the rim. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Clippers ahead, up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. You know, it's all for the kids. It's all for the...
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
Conley and Edwards are the guards. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's McDaniels in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Powell with it. From past the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Powell's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles. And it's Conley with the ball for the Timberwolves. Pass to Edwards. Strong move inside by Edwards.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. And here's Harden after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. Here's Conley. He's got 6. Got a piece of it. And here's Leonard. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Tries from 10. In the paint. Kawhi gets it done.
Such a strong wing. Kawhi can more than handle his own down low.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Gobert, the screen. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down. Now it's just 3 on the bucket from Edwards.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. And the Clippers with the change here too. Jones checked in for Dunn. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Conley against Harden. Pass to Jones. Pulls it from the elbow. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Jones. Leonard's got 13.
This is how dominant Leonard can be. And once he finds his comfort zone, he keeps his foot on the gas.
Now here's Conley. He's got 6. To the middle. Edwards loves it in there.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Now Harden. Pass to Jones. Powell with it. Harden scanning the floor. Shot clock at 6. Over Conley. Harden, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Clippers leading by 3. And Leonard has it in the corner. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one. Edwards against Powell. Edwards kicks to Randall. And a miss there on the triple. A 3 from Leonard. Flames it. Kawhi. Kaboom.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. We've got Bogdan Bogdanovic. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Dunn, and it's Coffey in at the 3 spot. Here is Edwards. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Here's the 3. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Edwards.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 23.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. We'll go to the free throw line.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Jones. Norman Powell comes in for Amir Coffey. And it's James Harden in for Bogdanovic. Now here's Edwards. Harden missing his last shot. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
That's all weight room right there. Edwards powers through the contact for the hoop and the harm.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Clippers?
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
You've also got to commend them for how they've attacked the basket. They've been aggressive. They've not settled and have consistently gone at the rim. Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. He told us, guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over. You need to go out there and take control now. See how it looks coming out of the timeout, guys.
Thank you, David. Powell against McDaniel. Gobert with the block.
This is what Gobert is known for, his ability to swat shots away with ease.
Randall kicks to McDaniel. Here's Edwards. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
1:49 left here in the 4th quarter. Randall with the block. Conley with it. Zubac defending. Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards!
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now
to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Showing no hesitation, and in a huge moment, Kawhi wants the ball when they need a bucket.
Edwards inside. Dunn covering. Count it. Edwards got 26 points.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now, here's Dunn. Zubac, a screen on him. Dunn, wide open, he fires, and it's off from three-point range. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Edwards passes to Randall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Powerful move that time by Randall. And he'll go to the free throw line.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that ties the game up.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
And here's Leonard from 3, and the Clippers miss again. Edwards looking it over. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Leonard, good. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Boy, it's a scary sight when Kawhi Leonard starts lighting it up like this.
Run against Edwards. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Five on the clock. Yes!
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close. Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Dave.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Luka Doncic is out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. And so it's Golden State with it. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. To the middle. Here's Curry. First shot won't go.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Pass to Hachimura. Some solid defense from Butler. And it's Butler with the ball for the Warriors. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
About a minute played here so far in the first. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Here's Curry. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. From the arc. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Such a quick release. As soon as the ball touches his hands, it's gone.
James finds Doncic. Hayes with a screen on Curry. Inside. Outside Reeves. Shot clock at 5. The 3. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Hachimura against Butler. And they pick up 2.
You got to really hit Butler if you want to stop him. I mean, he's tough as nails and enjoys fighting through contact.
Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
Finney-Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Now here's Doncic. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, LeBron James last season set the record for most All-Star nods in NBA history. He said, quote, "I'm blessed to do what I love and just to try to give back to the game that's given to me over 2 decades. Long ago, I exceeded anything I ever dreamed of being in the NBA. Everything else is just extra credit." Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Now here's Doncic. Hayes with a screen on Curry. Doncic finds Hayes. Now here's Reeves. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Hayes against Green. Right side Moody. Outside Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
What a response from Curry. Gotta know he's coming for his revenge.
James passes to Hayes. James outside. Pass to Hayes. Outside Reeves. Finney-Smith with it. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Green.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. You can't allow any space.
Butler with the bucket.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now here's Reeves. Down low. Here's Hayes. Oh, wow!
Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Here's Curry. He's got 9. "11 seconds left in the first. Green with a screen on Doncic. Curry's shot is off. Gets it off. Oh, it's good!
At the buzzer, that is how you finish it.
Whoa! The heave to beat the buzzer. Woo.
Yeah, that's 1 in 100 type shot. But hey, that is why you just throw it up there.
Stephen Curry getting it done for the Warriors. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. And don't go... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
On the court for the Lakers, we've got Austin Reeves. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Connect, and it's Vincent in at the 1 spot. Finney-Smith is screen. Fires the 3, and the 3-pointer goes. Vincent's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
There's a screen by Kuminga, and Hill puts up a deep 3. 3-pointer off the mark. The Lakers trail. Vincent outside. And the layup falls. Vincent's got 5 now.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
To the left wing. Outside Curry, puts up a deep 3. Finney-Smith pulls it in. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Pass to Connect. Left side Reeves. And there's the drive, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Here's Jackson Davis. Now Kuminga. Outside Curry. And again, no good by Golden State.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
To the inside. Vanderbilt, the pass to Reeves. Finney-Smith with it, and it's Hield picking him up. Vincent outside. To the right side. Launches it. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far. Richard, you played for great teams and rebuilding teams. How different is the atmosphere between those types of organizations?
The expectation to win from everyone top to bottom, that's what stands out to me. Everyone takes their role seriously and professionally.
And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Podziemski subbed in for Stephen Curry. Here's Butler. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic. Now Los Angeles with it. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Back to Doncic. 1:11 left in the second period. And the 3 off target. Warriors trail by 4. Butler surveying the floor. Butler goes for it inside.
Putting his body to work in the paint. Butler using his athletic skills to get it done.
Outside Vanderbilt. Pass to Doncic. He shoots it. And there's another one for the Lakers. 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside Moody. Back to Podziemski. Outside Moody. Butler with the ball. Outside Hield. And there's a pick. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
This is what Hield does. Exceptional at spacing the court with his three-point shooting.
Doncic outside. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Six to shoot. Luka on the attack.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And here's Butler outside. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
The tray at the horn knocks it all up. They have the momentum going into the locker room.
It's a tie game in the Bay Area. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Curry and Pons make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Moody, and it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. For the lead, it's rebounded by Los Angeles.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
They set the pick. Back to Reeves. There's the triple. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry. Golden State has gotten 6 of 10 three-pointers to drop, and his defenses have adjusted to Austin Reeves scoring. Richard, he's countered with the pass.
Austin Reeves doesn't get enough credit for how good his handle is, how much it's improved. It's allowed for him to score, get into different places, and make these passes.
Reeves, the pass to Hachimura. It's James on the wing. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Concentration off the charts. A chance for LeBron James to add one more.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game. That free throw good from James. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he is still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. He's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
And clearly, he needs no time to warm up.
Doncic passes to Reeves. Lets the three fly, and there's Doncic. That's good on the assist by Reeves.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Payton's checked in for the Warriors. Warriors trail by 3. Outside, Green. Pass to Payton. Outside, Curry. Takes the 3. It's Hayes with the rebound.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Butler, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to go on Jackson Hayes.
Playing with passion. Butler is never scared of a challenge. A wing who battles inside.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
Finney Smith checked in for Hachimura. Curry against Doncic. Over Curry. A nice shot by Doncic. Doncic has got 16 points.
And when he puts it all together, look at the kind of night Luka can have. Wow.
Butler passes to Green. Outside Butler. Green, a screen. Off target with the 3. Los Angeles leading by 3. Reeves, the pass to Doncic. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Golden State is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Curry surveys. Back to Butler. Butler pushing through the contact.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Doncic passes to Reeves. This James on the wing. Outside Finney Smith. Drills it from deep. He's got 5.
The selfless attitude of James. When someone on his team has a clean look, he feeds it.
Doncic against Curry. Fires it. And all around the rim that time before dropping. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Lakers on top. They're up by 2. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a 6th sense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so in the game for the Lakers, at the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Connect is out there with Gabe Vincent, and it's Finney Smith in at the 5. Outside Hield. Pass to Payton. Here's Jackson Davis. He's marked by Finney Smith. Kuminga against Hachimura. Kuminga, the pass to Curry. Money! Stephen Curry, the three-point king.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
Payton against James, launches a three, sends it home from three-point land. And the Lakers lead by 4.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Jackson Davis. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Pajemski subbed in for Hield. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. He told his team, once you grab the rebound, run with the ball. Don't give them a single second to catch their breath. We control the pace of this game, not them. Guys, expect the pace to pick up.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Back to James. Again, the Lakers.
A real threat from the in-between area. LeBron wastes no time firing when he gets to that spot.
Lets it go from 14. Curry at the rim.
Hey, draw him up a solid play, get him an open look, and he delivers.
And late in games, throw out those analytics. Give me the mid-range. The shot, it just works.
James laid it in with a nice touch off the window. James has got 7 points here in the quarter.
Yeah, just too much big boy basketball by LeBron James, just bodying defenders inside.
Oh, Curry just weaving his way through traffic, still knocks it in.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Here's Doncic. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
A minute 37 left in the fourth quarter here. From 11 feet away, again, Golden State.
Nice work from the in-between area. Curry has no problem taking this shot when it's available.
Doncic outside, fires the three. Doncic, count it.
I think I've lost track of how many of their possessions have ended exactly like that.
Efficiency is key, especially down the stretch.
Curry against Doncic. And Stephen Curry again. Curry's got 15 points in just the second half. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. Money.
Clutch play by Doncic. He's been doing this since he was a kid.
55 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Shot from 12. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings it within 3.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
Here's Doncic. And it's in.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the court.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
This just demonstrates how fearless Curry is. Look, he knows how to get inside and draw plenty of fouls.
He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a one-possession game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Doncic missing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Oh, my! What a shot! Oh, a tremendous 3! We're tied! And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the T.O. Outside Reeves. Pass to Doncic. And there's James from the arc. Can't get the 3 to fall. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Glad Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Here we go. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. No shortage of excitement here as we're officially underway in overtime. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Green. And it's Moody in at the small forward.
And going right through the contact, Luka has tremendous strength, especially for a guy who handles the ball so much.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
Warriors trail by 3. Now here's Curry. Green with a screen on Doncic. And the basket by Curry.
Defensively, you have to be aware of Curry in that set.
And here's Reeves. To the paint. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Draymond Green. And that one misses. The Warriors shooting 70% from the field. A performance that has been fun to watch. Butler can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 3. Doncic outside.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. Hayes with a screen on Curry. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. Hayes, shot's good.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. And the Warriors with possession here. They trail by 6. Curry. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
He's a magician inside. Curry always finds a window.
Hachimura outside. Inside. Here's James. Hey, it's James slamming it down.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Curry against Doncic. Moody from outside. It's good from beyond the arc.
Just great awareness from Curry. So good at reading the floor and finding his open teammates.
Now Los Angeles with it. Doncic outside. Outside Reeves. Just 5 to shoot. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
And a 3 would tie it up. If they have to make one extra pass to get a better shot, they probably have just enough time to do that.
And so it's the Lakers who scrape by with the win. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch, but in overtime, they took control.
And B.A., I don't think they expected this one to be so hard-fought. But when they went into overtime, they really poured the gas on the fire.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
All right, guys, LeBron.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
At the guard position, that is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Wells in at the 3, the small forward. So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, if you give Mike Conley any kind of position on the interior, he is just crafty enough to finish it.
And here is Wells. Back to Morant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Now here's Randall. Outside Edwards. Has to Gobert. Puts up a 3. Conley's shot is off. Outside, Bane. Jackson up top. Now here's Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morant's got 7 points in the game. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. The 3 from Morant. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Conley kicks to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Bane. Edwards can't hit.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact, doesn't bother him.
Morant passes to Bane. Here's Jackson. Over Randall. Jackson misses.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Outside Conley. Randall right side. And it's all evened up.
Boy, how about the touch on the floater from Julius Randle? A little creativity.
Pass to Wells. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Grant, and it's blocked by Conley. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Edwards. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards got 7.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
And here's Edwards. 7 points in the game. Unloads from 13. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Timberwolves on top. They lead by... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
We've got Naz Reid. Miller is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Drills it from outside. Aldama's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Grizzlies. Here's DiVincenzo. Out to Edwards. Some solid defense from Clark.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Pass to Jackson. The shot, no good. Timberwolves trail. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And the Grizzlies call their first timeout of the game. When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Now, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Rudy Gobert comes in for Miller, and it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Reed against Jackson. Pass to Clark. Over Gobert. Hands the 12-footer. Clark's got 4 points in the quarter.
And I love that range there from Clark. At this point in his development, it's not as daunting as trying to be a consistent three-ball shooter.
And here's Reed. Left side, Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the 3-ball is good. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Now, Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing, and those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
Edwards inside, guarded by Bain. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Randall's checked in for Reed. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Edey's checked in for Memphis. John Morant comes in for Pippen. Here's Morant. Mike Conley with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Randall kicks to Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Outside Edwards. Lets it go from deep. And it's Morant with the rebound. And the layup's good off the glass. Morant's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. From Target Center, back in a moment.
23, the Grizzlies
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
So on the floor for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jackson, and it's Edey in at the 5 down low. Morant looking around over Conley, and it's Memphis with another.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. And Morant throws it down.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shot at the rim.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Boy, he's really had their number. They need to make some kind of adjustment during this timeout.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Jackson finds Bane. Back to Jackson for the lead. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
Edwards with the floor spacer. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. Edwards, no good.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Conley left side. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Conley's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
Love to watch Mike Conley capitalize from there. This guy has such a good understanding for when to take these shots.
Jackson kicks to Bane. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Bane's got 6.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it. What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
Pass to Edey. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And that one's good. Morant.
More
of a dribble drive guard, but the defense can't forget about Jaw's ability outside the arc.
Here's Alexander Walker. Outside Edwards. And they'll get another chance. Pass to Randall. Back to Edwards. Fires from deep. That one doesn't go. And we've reached the end of the third. Grizzlies lead by 4. And we'll have the start of the... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Anthony Edwards. Also Dante DiVincenzo's out there. Clark is out there with Reed. And it's Minot in at the 4. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Edwards. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the further rim. Edwards got 27.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
No one covering. Baines got the lead up to 8 now for Memphis.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Hits it from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Edie's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's John Morant in for Pippen. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Edwards. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Edwards got 13 points here in the second half alone. Now here's Morant. Pass to Jackson. Now here's Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Memphis leading by 6. Morant outside. We've got 1:48 left in the game. 6 to shoot. Nice move. And Morant throws it down.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
Here's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Here's Morant. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Pass to Edwards. Over Bain. Edwards can't hit. Memphis has gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Just nothing more you can do. Sometimes Jackson is going to score no matter how good the coverage is.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. McDaniels with the ball. Randall outside. Gobert with a screen for Randall. Pass to Conley. McDaniels up top. Just 4 to shoot. Wells with the steal. Bain looking around. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Morant with a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot. Morant's got 33 points.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one. All right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.
Played on paper, but if they were, this game wouldn't be close, Brent.
You're right, BA, but we're not doing it. We're out here on the court, and we want to see guys going at it. Tonight, given where these teams are, can the underdog step up, rise up, and get an unexpected win? We're going to find out.
All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3 slot. Now here's Butler to the middle. Outside Pajemski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Curry against Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Slithering around the floor, Gilgeous-Alexander gets to his spot.
And here are the Warriors now. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game, coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. Earlier, Allie LaForce spoke with head coach Steve Kerr. What'd you find out, Allie?
We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends. And coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Okay, thanks, Allie. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Curry. Green with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point land. The Thunder pull it in.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
Williams misses. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Moody, good. And the action on hold. It appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Man, that's tough to see.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully, he's okay.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, #1. Everything else comes after that.
Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Hield comes in for Curry. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Wallace is checked in. Counted from distance.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Williams from long range. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league, so it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Timeout, timeout. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. Payton comes in for Pajemski. Hield from outside. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Buddy does such a great job of preparing his shot even before he gets the ball.
Now here's Wallace. Down low, Caruso. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Pass to Butler. Here's Payton. Another 3 for Golden State.
Well, because he's such a good scorer, people don't always talk about Jimmy Butler, the playmaker.
Now Wallace, still without a bucket. Caruso outside. Here's the three. The shot that time not on target. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Warriors on top. They lead by 1. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
And now we'll send it over to Allie LaForce for an update on Draymond Green. Allie?
Guys, I was able to catch up with the Warriors head athletic trainer, and he told me that after his initial exam, it doesn't appear to be anything major. He won't return for the rest of this game, and he's likely to miss a few more after that. We'll see how he bounces back, guys.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams in at the 5. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Lets it fly. No good there, off the double clutch. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Wiggins passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
And the basket by Hield.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Taking it inside, SGA.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense. His elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Oklahoma City making a switch here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Lou Dort in for Wallace. Pass to Looney. Now here's Moody. Here's Podziemski. He buries it from 3. Podziemski's got 6.
Well, Hield right there on the yield, waiting for someone to get open.
Hartenstein with it. Caruso outside. To the inside. Look at Chet using his size inside.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Outside Butler. Outside Moody. Pass to Butler. Looney, a screen on Holmgren. To the paint. Oh, look at Looney at the rim.
And Looney's a guy you can rely on both ends of the floor.
Dort outside. Caruso, a screen on Hield. Dort for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Dort's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. It's been neck and neck this entire first half.
Yeah, 8 lead changes so far. These clubs are looking evenly matched.
Hield for 3. And it won't go. His first miss. He's 2 of 3 now. Dort outside. Pass to Caruso. Here's Holmgren. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Thunder out in front, up one. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Thunder 24.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Moses Moody out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Butler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors 5. And it's amazing, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight. And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Golden State has gone 6 of 8 from the three-point line in this matchup. Here's Curry. Moody from outside. And the Warriors with another three.
Yeah, you can tell Curry knows the angles, smartly setting up another guy.
You know, not too many teams have the stability and head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth three from Moody.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
That one's good for 2.
Keeping that ball absolutely on a string. Gilgeous-Alexander capable of getting creative.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you.
Felt like he was getting more and more hungry as he got closer to the rim. Jimmy Butler just tenacious there.
Brent, you think about Jimmy Butler, great in the regular season, even better in the playoffs.
Yeah, extremely tough. I mean, he has grit and resilience, but tough-minded in the toughest moments, and that's where his teammates rely on him. Jimmy Butler shows up big come playoff time.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Payton comes in for Moody. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. Pass to Hartenstein. The shot. Again, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, there was a lack of intensity in the first half, but these teams have now turned it up.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Curry passes to Butler. Down low. Outside Payton. Over Caruso. Drained it for 2 points. Payton's got 5 now.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Here's SGA. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
So much speed from Shai. Used it there to get by the defense.
58 seconds left in the third. And a deep three from Curry. Williams grabs the board. The Thunder have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. Uses the glass on the layup. He has 7.
And he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
Outside Payton. Butler taking his time here. Looney, a screen on Williams. Butler can't get it to go. Oklahoma City has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line in this one. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. And that one good.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
Curry with it. Let's go with a three. Not going to go that time. And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few. 3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Thunder leading by 4. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Cason Wallace out there with Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams. And it's Isaiah Joe. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Wallace, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams, a screen on heel. Pass to Williams. Wallace outside. Williams with the screen. 6 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark. Warriors trail by 6. Inside, here's Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, strong like bull.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense. Now, Buddy Hield, used to him shooting, that time soaring.
The Thunder have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hardenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Wallace. And it's Lou Dort in for Joe. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, we're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall. Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
And Allie, thanks.
Love the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
And here's Curry for 3. Williams grabs the board.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Stephen Curry.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Here's Curry. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
And I just love the calm confidence that Steph has in these kind of moments. Get the ball to him, he'll do it to you every time.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Oklahoma City.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points. What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Jackson Davis' screen. Curry's shot is off.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more 3-point shot, we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one, and that increases the lead to 6. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Curry's shot is off. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Podziemski defending. A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
In low, and it's rejected. Pass to Holmgren. Releases. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. And now it's a 10-point Oklahoma City lead.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Here's Podziemski. Knocks down the triple.
It feels like Steph doesn't even have to look. He just knows where his teammates are.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And so the Thunder take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end.
So the Lakers win the tip. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. In at forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Austin Reeves out there with Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center position.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Now here's Edwards. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's LeBron. Here's Hachimura. Hayes with the screen for Doncic. The three-pointer, no good. And the Timberwolves with possession.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle with.
Edwards plays with such ferocity.
Pass to Hachimura. Back to Doncic for the three. It's the three-point bomb.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Conley. Randall right side. Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Here is Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket.
Now, here's Doncic. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Undoubtedly, their defensive focus is trying to limit Luka Doncic. Coach told me Luka is a great player who impacts the game on so many levels. No one has been able to shut him down. We just need to play with physicality and make him work for everything. We'll see how they handle one of the toughest matchups in the NBA. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Yeah, a guy with Conley's consistency is trouble inside. Those high percentage looks are often effortless for him.
Kicked by Finney-Smith. And here's Reeves outside. Drills the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. 4-point game. Outside Edwards. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Connects from three-point range.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And the Lakers also making a change. Connects checked in.
And Doncic used to creating kind of a luxury for him to simply catch and shoot.
Randall down low, working on Finney-Smith. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Doncic. And he makes good on the layup. Doncic has got 10.
And inside, Luka knows the bucket is there, so he is willing to fight for it.
Randall down low. Finney-Smith defending. Randall with the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
DiVincenzo against Doncic. Fires away from way outside. The shot, no good. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, we've got Austin Reeves. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Connect, and it's Vincent in at the point. There's the triple. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Timberwolves trail by 3 as a junior college product. Dalton Connect, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program. Then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee. And there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
Vincent finds Reeves. To the inside. Finney-Smith with the bounce pass. Edwards against Reeves. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Miller against Vanderbilt. DiVincenzo passes to Miller. Back to DiVincenzo. Over to the wing. And the wide open shot from Reed. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now Vincent. Still scoreless. Reeves left side. It's stolen. On the wing, Miller. Vanderbilt defending. Edwards looking it over. From the stripe. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Reeves. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Miller. McDaniels, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's Conley in for Edwards. McDaniels against James. Oh, an easy 2 from Doncic.
Once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
Conley dishes to McDaniels. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Clock at 6. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Randall's never been one to back down from physical play inside. And he's not going to start now.
Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. And then for the Lakers. Hayes, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. And it's Austin Reeves in for Goodwin.
Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid from there.
And it doesn't take much for Doncic to get hot. And once that happens, boy, he is almost unguarded.
A nice shot by McDaniel. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Doncic passes to Hayes. No one near James as he lets it go. Again, Los Angeles.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
Here's Reeves. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. That's 7 points for Austin Reeves. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Lakers lead by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 50 threes a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Randall outside. Pass to Edwards. They need this. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
He's with it. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. LeBron against Edwards. Teams absorbing hits on the drive.
And making it look easy. LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
Outside Edwards. There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter. Here's Randall. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Randall's got 14 points for the game.
And we've seen Randall add a three-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
Doncic looking it over. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Conley with a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Hayes. Doncic outside. Here's Hachimura. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside Edwards. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 17.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. LeBron outside. Puts one up from 19. Again, Los Angeles. Edwards inside. Misses the chippy right there. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll take a quick break and a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. In at forward form, it's James and Hachimura. Vincent is out there with Goodwin, and it's Finney Smith in at the 5 spot. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 9. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now defended by Goodwin. Pass to Edwards. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Los Angeles leading by 7. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. James, the pass to Vincent. His 3-pointers off the mark. Minnesota's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. Over Vincent. The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Hayes, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Austin Reeves comes in for Goodwin. And Doncic is subbed in for Gabe Vincent. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. Now his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
What touch. Edwards has mastered just about every shot there is.
Pass to Hachimura. Reeves outside. McDaniels against James. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And here is McDaniel. Back to Randall. Here's Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Here's Doncic. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Doncic has got 28.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
Doncic with the bucket.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Back to Hachimura. Randall brings the double team. And here's James outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game. It's in!
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
It's the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Money! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
Nails the triple.
Well, what I want to know, where is the communication defensively?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
Seconds left to play here in the fourth. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, and both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. Randall from outside. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So
afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bain. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the 3 slot. Now here's Bain. Moran with it. The 3 is up. Drains the triple.
When Ja is knocking down that 3 consistently, it takes his game to a different level.
Booker, the pass to Richards. Now Durant. Beal surveying the D. To the middle. Dunn right side. Outside Booker. Clock at 4. From downtown. The Grizzlies pull it in. Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Book can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
Now here's Beal. Here's Durant. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal.
So polished from the interior. Durant is terrific at utilizing his physical advantages down on the block.
Booker against Morant. Jackson outside. Pass to Bain. Fires from the wing. Carries the jump shot.
Big day for their backcourt. Their guards have really set the tone for the rest of this team.
For Phoenix, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Now Beal. Durant with it. 4-3. Connects from downtown. Durant's got 5 now.
Slick shot by Durant. Gets the pass and is in his motion a second later.
From deep, Morant. Durant pulls it in. For Phoenix, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Booker surveying the floor. Fires for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Richard, for years, the Grizzlies team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
Booker, the pass to Durant. beyond the arc. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one.
The confidence that Durant has in his three-point shot is something special. He doesn't doubt his selections at all.
Bane, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A different look for Phoenix. Plumlee's checked in for Richards. O'Neal comes in for Durant, and it's Allen in for Dunn. Now here's Allen. Driving in, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Grayson Allen's shooting gets a lot of attention, Richard, but his efficiency is also impressive.
No, it's his shooting and efficiency that causes problems for defenses. When he's on the floor, there will be much more space for everyone else to work.
Pass to Jackson. And he makes the 8-footer.
Just like his pops, Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, look, this man, when he gets close to the hoop, it is pretty much automatic. You can't let that happen.
Now here's Booker. Still no points. Now Beal. And then Beal with the dunk.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Beal against Bane. Three-pointer. Sinks the tray. Bane's got 7 points in the game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you think, guys?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
On the court for Memphis, we've got Jaren Jackson. Also, Brandon Clark out there. Santi Aldama out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Pippen in at the 1. You know, over Bradley Beal's career, he succeeded in a few different roles, RJ.
Yeah, he played with the ball-dominant guy. Then he became the sole star on his team. And now he's playing with multiple stars. Evolution is a part of success, and Bradley Beal is doing it.
Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
That one goes. Count it.
Just muscling it home from there. Jackson is no stranger to having to work over strong defense.
Beal, the pass to Jones. A shot from the mid-range. And he hits the jumper. Jones has got his first bucket in this one. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. Pippen, pass to Jackson. No good with the triple. Here's O'Neal. Shoots over Jackson. O'Neal misses.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Jackson, the pass to Pippen. Back to Jackson. Clock at 6. That doesn't go either for Jackson.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Here's Beal. Kennard with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Ever since Phoenix changed ownership, they've been all in on winning now, Richard.
They've traded a lot of picks away and young talent to assemble a team of superstars. Some of the best shooters in the history of this league. And they were willing to go deep into the luxury tax to sustain them.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Phoenix making some changes. Durant, he's checked in for O'Neal. Dunn comes in for Allen, and it's Booker in for Beal. Morant against Jones. Back to Durant. Durant with a screen on Payne. Booker can't get it to go.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Payne, no good. Suns trail by 3. To the inside. What a throwdown from KD.
Oh, absolutely aggressive move by Durant, taking it right to the hole with authority.
Morant, the pass to Aldama. Clark with it. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Some changes for Phoenix. O'Neal comes in for Plumlee, and Gillespie is subbed in for Jones. The free throw drops for Clark. Well, the last few years, Richard, the Suns have had some all-time greats, but this is Devin Booker's team.
No doubt, drafted in 2015. Book's been here his entire career. His first few seasons, the team was...
A statement dunk from Booker!
That's just too easy for D-Book. You can't give him an opening like that.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Pass to Wells. Payne surveying the D. Back to Aldama. 6 to shoot. Here's Morant. Circus shot, Ja Morant.
So flashy with the rock. Morant takes pleasure in slicing and dicing the D to pieces.
Durant, the pass to O'Neal. A deep 3. Durant, no good.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Here's Morant. Morant with the close-range bucket.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Now here's Booker. And that's not going to go. And that concludes the first half. It's the Grizzlies up by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Dunn in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for Mike Budenholzer as we begin the second half. The electric Ja Morant. High-flying, fast, fearless. Where's that mentality come from, RJ?
There is just a fearlessness like you mentioned. Most players, you just have that mindset. You don't care. You're going to attack the rim. Doesn't matter if you could potentially get hurt. You are going to take off. That mindset is a level of aggressiveness that only Ja Morant possesses.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. Pass to Wells. Here's Aldama. Outside Bane. Here's the pick. Takes a 3. He drops it from range. Bane's got 10 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Dunn. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pass to Wells. Left side, Morant. Boom! Ja Morant!
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
Durant for three. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Booker's got 4 assists in the game.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
And I bet he's thinking that he could close the gap completely if he can keep those threes coming.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
Beal finds Booker. Now Beal. This one for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Beal wastes no time getting those 3 points back.
Morant against Booker. Morant with the slam!
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
Suns trail by 6. For all the adversity Memphis faced last season, Richard, there were some silver linings.
BA, they had a lot of talented young players get more minutes than they might have otherwise due to the injuries, and there is nothing more valuable than experience.
Memphis has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line in this one. Pass to Bane. Morant against Booker. Oh, a determined bucket from Morant.
And this is what John Morant does best. When he finds his rhythm on offense, he is almost impossible to guard.
There's a screen. Here's Dunn. And the Suns get another 3.
And far from the best shot, but all that matters is the end result. Somehow he sinks it.
Beal against Bane. Here's Wells. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Outside Durant. Beal outside. On the take. Lays it up and banks it in. Beal's got 8 points.
Aggressive move by Beal.
Morant against Booker. Here's the teardrop. Booker with the defensive effort.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
A beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Grizzlies leading by 4. And time for a short break. Stay right. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And here's Jones on the court for Memphis. Brandon Clark out there with G.G. Jackson. Then it's Desmond Bane, and it's Pippen in at the point guard position. Plumlee. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Plumlee's gotten his first points in this one.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this win.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce to see how Jaren Jackson's doing. What do you have, Allie?
I have a status report from Memphis's head athletic trainer. The initial reports are saying that this is a serious injury and that he'll likely miss significant playing time.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Booker, the pass to Durant. At the arc, KD drains it.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Jackson outside. Here's Morant. There's a screen. And another 3 for Memphis.
Oh, Morant sinks the answer with authority. He's feeling the competitive fire after that last tray.
Beal outside. Pass to Dunn. Durant looking around. Booker with it. Beal from outside. And the Suns get another three.
Well, that lead didn't last long. Right back to even. What an answer.
And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies.
2 minutes remaining.
Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth.
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
Booker, the pass to Richards. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Oh, my goodness!
Did you see that?
Bring it off the hammer!
Now that's how you finish. A great score. Morant showing his poise on that shot.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
I'm liking the throwback approach. They're making use of the mid-range area and inflicting major damage there.
One other thing they've done very well has been scoring inside, just pounding and grinding down there.
There is no shot too big for Booker. He lives for these moments.
Morant with it. Richards is there. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2.
The explosiveness of Morant is just incredible. His motor and work ethic are both tremendous as well. And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Oh, you can't let Booker get that close.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Won't shy away from the big moment. No hesitation from Jackson Jr. on that shot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer was going over with his team. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us. We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie. Morant with the slam!
Massive points from Morant, willing to take the big shots.
Here's an 8-footer. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
And Booker is made for these moments. What a big-time bucket.
Here's Morant. Oh, athletic move from Morant.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Count that bucket.
I like how sudden Booker can be on the drive, charging into a gap before the defense sees it's there.
And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, John Morant, 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Stellar work at the charity stripe, trying to build out this lead. And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Booker. Cash. And now they trail by just 4.
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I can sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
Memphis, Desmond Bain, 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So he comes up empty, missing both. Beal from outside. The Grizzlies pull it in. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Edie at the line for 2.
And the second of 2 is good. And that puts him up 5. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Dunn. No good with a jumper from the wing. And so it's Memphis winning this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.